Oh gosh, this is so dark. Why did it all of a sudden become so dark? I swear this was much lighter before. Okay, let's just pull this a little closer. I hope you guys can see me. Goodness. Let me see about getting some light up in here. Or is it just because of my shirt? Let's see if that makes a difference. Goodness. No, that made it worse. Okay. Oh, honestly, I tell you guys. Lighting. That's something I'm going to have to work on. Lighting. Anyway. Wow. This is going to be really fun and really interesting. Yeah, welcome to Intuitive Paint Night. Hey, everybody. Hi, welcome, 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 everybody. I'm so excited. Surprise. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody's doing really, really awesome. You know, we've got the full moon to Mars, and I think this is a wonderful, wonderful time to be doing some intuitive painting, because you never know what we may come out with and what we can manifest using the full moon's energy. Hey, Mazaraton, you're all good? Wonderful. Orthoa, it's love to see you. It's lovely to see you. Ah, right. Don't get me wrong. If you are simply here just for the lesson, you do not have to participate. However, participation, you never know. You're going to find out some really fun and really cool things that are going on. So the lesson does start in about 5 minutes. So yeah, I just wanted to catch up with you guys and see how you're doing. And if you've got any pre-questions for me, you'll have to ignore my lighting. I realize that it's really dark. Hello, Onala, sweetheart. It's lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope we have a good night tonight. You know, because intuitive painting has so much in it. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys through some videos about some of the paintings I've already done and what they truly mean and the energy behind them, as I did earlier. But I'm very, very curious to see what you guys paint today, or what you draw today, or all those kind of good bits and pieces. So while we're waiting for the lesson to start at 5 p.m., because we still have a few minutes, tell me, what made you guys want to join in on this lesson tonight? Is there something that intrigued you, that popped your interest, or are you very artsy-fartsy anyway? And you're like, yeah, shit, I just want to draw my energy and see what happens. You know? Tell me, what made you do it? And while I'm waiting for your responses, I'll let you guys in on the reasons why I do it. Not only have I always been an artistic kind of individual, because, you know, creation, you know, art is in the heart, you know, all that jazz. But it is always the free flow of creation that comes through having a blank canvas, right? A blank piece of paper. And, you know, when you look at that blank piece of paper or canvas or whatever, it's just blank, there's absolutely no limitations. There's nothing. No limitations whatsoever. The only limitations that there would ever be is what you restrict upon your own self. But so for all of the restrictions that we put within our minds, within the system, within the boxes of conformity that we are all in, this is where people can really experience freedom, right? Even if it's just for a moment. And don't get me wrong, our aim is to make that freedom everything. And, you know, kind of look at life as your blank canvas. But until we grow to that one, until we get there, we can use a blank canvas today and see exactly what your energy is trying to tell you. Clariston, it's lovely to see you, sweetheart. Oh, Nala, I love any kinds of arts and crafts, right? Man, okay, I'll tell you guys, one thing that I'm absolutely terrible at, and hopefully I will look into that more, is sculpting. That's for sure. I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'm out. But maybe we'll do a sentience flow sculpting kind of thing in the future. All right, let's see where we're at. Okay, so yeah, no, tell me, you guys, like, again, what brought you to this lesson today? You know, what intrigued you? What brought you here as to why you want to paint with us tonight? You know, but anyway, share your story. Righto. So, hopefully we've got a few more people who join us. If not, then it's just you guys for tonight, and I am happy, pleased as punch. To be honest with you, I'm just pleased as punch to share this anyway, right? So we should have a good, some fun as we do it. Now, things that you are going to need for tonight. If you are painting, now if you are drawing, hi Aurora, sweetheart, it's wonderful to see you. Oh, I love you too so much, Clariston. I'm so happy you're here. So, what we are going to be needing, I'm going to be, of course, using paints. I'm going to be using acrylic. So I'm just going to take you off my stand here for a second and show you what I got. So things I've got are, of course, a variety of paints. You do not need anything super pricey or really expensive. I actually got all of this from the Dollar Tree, right? And the thing is, it's not even about how expensive shit is. It's about what you do with what you got, right? That's where the awesome creation comes in. So, mere seeing you makes all my worries go away. Oh, I love you so much. I'm gonna snuggle the shit out of you, Clariston, when I meet you in person, I swear. Whenever I can get over there. Alicia, hi, sweetheart. Okay, so I've got a variety of paints in all different kind of colors here, which I'm going to be using. Like I say again, they don't need to be expensive. Over here, I've got, oh, excuse my laundry, by the way. I've just got a variety of paintbrushes. Again, I don't need a huge amount of things. Usually when I'm doing this, I use maybe 2 or 3 different types, but again, it all comes from Sentience. A nice cup of water. I like to use hot water. It makes the brushes clean a lot faster, so you're not going to, you know, well, to be honest, you can't be afraid of paint when it comes to this. I've got a couple of rollers here, just in case. Who knows? I don't have an intention of using them, but you never know. This is intuitive painting. For my paints, I actually use a large baking dish because I don't actually cook enough food or can eat enough food that would actually go in this. So I'm like, yep, we are going to use that for paints. I don't know whether it comes in or not, but I have some sparkles here. Because sometimes there's this really big urge to throw sparkles on there. And now I understand that the reason why I had that is because sparkles represent your energy being fractalized. And so kind of like instead of having a solid foundation of energy, it becomes more like quicksand. So sparkles indicate that, but that goes all into the interpretation. I do have a little bit of painter's tape too, because at some times it's like a sharp line is called for. So a little painter's tape. I'm not sure if we're going to actually use it or not. And I do, of course, I have some paper towel just to dab my paintbrush on. And make sure if the moment calls for it. Now, extracurricular kind of things or extra bits and pieces. I have my laptop with my tunes on it, which we are playing at the moment classical music. All right, and I'll explain why that is important to me anyway. It doesn't have to be classical music. I'm playing classical because I thought, well, everybody would enjoy that. Normally, I play what it is that I feel in the moment. So I have that, and I have a bit of ganja. Because at the end of the day, this is all about flowing, right? It's all about flowing. And so in order to flow, you've got to be really comfortable, right? You got to get into the energy, into the moment, because it's not about what you're painting. It's about how you're feeling, right? It is about literally tapping into your intuition and then seeing where it takes you, right? So this is the fun of it. Okay, I'm going to put you, sorry, put you back up there. All right. So, oh, hello, Alicia, sweetheart. Oh, hello, Carolina, it's lovely to see you. Rue, hello. Hi, Joyce, sweetheart, it's lovely to see you. Selena, hello, sweetheart. Right. Wish ganja was not banned here. You know what? Even if it was, I'll still find a way to smoke it. I ain't gonna give a shit, you know? Oh. And last but not least, I do have a canvas here. What I do have is just a basic 11 by 14 canvas. Again, I got it for $2.50 at Dollarama, right? So easy peasy. And we're good. Orthoa, you've got the weed too. All right, excellent, excellent. Okay, so we know we have all of the bits and pieces that we need. All right. So before we actually get into the painting, I want you to understand what it is that we are doing tonight. Okay. So, and how you are going to use this this kind of intuition, or how you can channel this kind of intuition for your betterment or understanding or inner work whenever you possibly can. All right. So the first thing about intuitive artwork is literally don't focus on what it is that you are actually drawing or painting or sculpting or whatever it is that you are creating. Don't focus on it, all right? Because it really isn't about the picture itself. One of the things, and I'll explain that a little bit further, because one of the things people do is when they start to paint or when they are trying to express themselves, they really focus on, well, does it look pretty or does it look good, right? Is it something that I want to display, and will my friends or my family think it's a good piece of art, right? And so a lot of self-judgment starts to come in, and it's not about that whatsoever. I've painted plenty of things where I'm just like, I don't even like the look of this, right? I just don't like the look of it. And so what I tend to do is I'm like, okay, well, let me just paint over it. And then when I come back down, I'm like, okay, let me try again. Guess what? I paint the same damn thing. Because you know why? Because a message is trying to come through. It's not about, again, if I think it's pretty or not. It's simply about whether it is what the message is behind it. Those paintings that you see behind me, most of them I didn't even like. The dark one right over there, I was just like, what the hell is this? This one right here, I'm like, that's okay. But then I was called to put a bunch of sparkles on it. And I'm just like, the sparkles bloody well ruined it. This one over here, this little pink one, I'm like, it looks too Barbie to me. And then again, sparkles were everywhere. And I was like, man. And then I painted the rainbow. And the first thing I thought about it was, I'm like, shit, this looks like wrapping paper. You know? But, as I painted it, I thought, okay, well, clearly I'm painting this for a reason. And the reason was, the dark one over here was telling me about my anticipation. It was my energy trying to say, hey, there is darkness that is elusive, like translucent, right? And it's anticipation. And every time your energy is in a place of anticipation, it's almost like you are creating something to fear from. You are creating tenseness in your vessel, you know? The dark one with the sparkles right here, and the purple and the swirls. I looked at that, and I was like, oh man, it was pretty, but like, what is it? That was an indication of my suffering that I had trapped in my energy for years since I was a kid. And the sparkles, which I thought were so too much, and I was like, what the shit, right? The sparkles indicated how fractalized my energy in my third eye was, right? When it came to my suffering. And of course, the big pink one and everything, that was the internal angst that was going with things, right? And of course, the rainbow was showing me my energy, all of the different light stages, and how it was solid, but then fractalized, solid, then fractalized. And it kind of gave me a hell of a lot more understanding as to why I was feeling the way I was feeling. So once I got it on a canvas, not only did I seal that energy in there, which meant that because I sealed it, I had broken the cycle, right, that was going on within me. And I was able to identify it, be aware of it, and get rid of that shit, right? And the thing is, though, I didn't understand this because I was carrying it for 20 some odd years. But thanks to these paintings, I understood more about my own energy. And I was able to clear all of that out. And thus you see me here bright and bubbly in front of you right now, right? So whatever it is, just because you like your painting or not, or your drawing or your artwork or not, there is such meaning within it when you are doing it intuitively, right? And other times, don't get me wrong, other times you can create masterpieces where you look at it and you're like, wow, my energy is stunning. And then you go into the interpretation of it, right? So, whoever is participating with actually painting or drawing tonight, what I would love for you to do is, just because we're not going to be on the same flow, the intention that we are setting tonight is literally to draw your own energy, all right? That's the basic, where you're just like, okay, I just want to see where I am at right now. Hi, Virgin Sweethearts. Lovely to see you. Hi, Ange. Hi, Kelly. Lovely to see you guys. So, after you have created your masterpiece, I would really, really encourage you to take a picture of it. Take a picture of it and post it to my timeline to say that this is the result of our intuitive paint night. Now, as you do post that, your final picture to my timeline, I will help you interpret the energy that you are seeing. So you can then understand what it is that your energy, your heart is trying to tell you. All right? Clariston, you've got colorful pens. That will do just fine. Okay, so that is the first step of understanding intuitive painting, is just don't look at what it is you're painting. Just let it go and paint. Now, another thing that may happen during tonight's lesson is you may do something super pretty, right? And you're just like, wow, I really, really like that. But then all of a sudden your paintbrush wants to go over it. And you're like, no, don't. I don't want to go over it. It's pretty. I just spent time on it. That's another thing that you got to accept about intuitive painting, is that not everything that you have in front of you is meant to be shown. Some things are meant to go in the background, but you're not going to know until you do it, right? So if you've done something really lovely and then all of a sudden your hand just wants to go brushstroke over it, let it go. Let it go, let it flow, and let it do its thing, because you're not going to get the full picture if you are stopping your own flow of getting it through. All right, so that's one thing for you as well. Another thing that is very, very, very important, especially if you are dealing with paints, but if you are dealing with markers, pens, crayons, or any other kind of thing, do not be scared of the paint, okay? So what do I mean by don't be scared of the paint, or don't be scared of the colors? Meaning, if you have literally a bottle of paint and you're like, okay, I want brown, and you're like, okay, let me pour it in there. And it's like, no, your hand's literally not going over to do a dab in there. Your hand is like, nope, we are going directly on the canvas. Don't worry about it. Don't be scared of it. Pour it all over the canvas, because whatever your intuition is doing is trying to say, hey, you need more paint. We need that shit on the canvas. We're not going to get the same result if we put it in there, right? Also, blending colors. A lot of individuals, we've been taught to color within the lines of your coloring book. Your intuition's like, fuck lines. They don't exist to me. So, if you're called to mix a bunch of colors that may not go together, you know, when you start mixing green and red, you get a brown, right? And sometimes it's like, this isn't pretty. Doesn't matter. Don't be scared of the colors. Throw it on there however it is. Your brush, your hand is going to be guided as to what it is that you need and the colors that you need in that moment, right? So as you're doing it, let it flow and let it go. And you're going to find some, like I say, some really cool shit happens. Alrighty. So that is that. Now, also, in terms of music, okay, I have the classical music selection at this present moment. Your goal is to feel whatever music makes you feel good, right? If you are not into the classical music right now that I am playing, by all means, throw some headphones on, right? Throw some headphones on, take the instruction. You can even turn this lesson off if you want, if you've got everything you need, and just start flowing. Get involved and involved in the music and feel what it is, because this is all about feeling, right? And let your hand guide you, right? Okay. And of course, with that, being aware of your emotions as well. If you feel like you are highly frustrated, right, and you're just like, rah! right? That may come out with your paintings, which is very much so what happened with that one up there. You can see it's really, really messy and quite chaotic, and that's when I painted. I was so pissed off with conforming and watching people conform. So that one's called Frustration in Conformity, and that's why it's like messy as shit. And the thing is, a lot of people resonated with it. So, hey Molly, hey Gina, it's lovely to see you. Okay, so do we have any questions before we begin with our paint night? I will get my, I'm gonna unravel my canvas here and getting started with that. And we are gonna start. Now, as I do, I'm gonna put my camera back down a little bit so you can start to actually see what it is that I'm painting as I'm painting it. Again, I have no clue what the hell is about to come out. But if you do have any questions or queries, do pop them in there. As the camera is down a little bit lower, I may not be able to see them, or I won't be focusing as much on the comments. I'll stop every now and then. However, we're just going to really be guided by our flow tonight as well. So any questions, throw them in there now. Now, was there anything else that we need to do? Oh yeah, I also got a bottle of water. Stay hydrated. All right, this is gonna, we're gonna channel a fair amount of energy tonight, so we're gonna need a little bit of water. Okay. Anything else that I wanted to say before we began? I don't think so. I think that's pretty much everything that we need for tonight. Alrighty, so let's get started. So let's move that over there, move this over there, and trying to, so that you don't see all of my boobies. Alright, so let's have a look here. I think that should be about right. I don't have a stand or anything like that, so this is how I like to paint, just on my floor, in this kind of way, and I hope I hope everybody can see. I believe I can still see the comments if they come up, and away we go. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to select our paints. Now, how do we select our paints? Well, firstly, set our set our intention. My intention for tonight, and I'm going to speak it out loud, is to paint my energy flow the way it goes in this moment at this very time. That is what I'm going to be painting. However my energy is, that's what I want to know about. So the colors, how do we select the colors? There's a couple of ways you can do this. You can either, one, say the first colors that come into your head, right? Or that you see in your mind's eye. Or you can literally reach over, the second way to do it is to reach over and just randomly select colors from your paint stack or from your markers or whatever it is that you're using. So I'm going to start with green, blue, purple. I want a different variety of purples, pink, and the understanding of orange and yellow. Orange and yellow. So I've got two different yellows here. And then at the end of it, I ask, is there anything else I need? A little bit of brown is the one thing that comes in. Okay, so these are my colors tonight. I'm going to go for a variety of purples, and I got a little pink over there. I've got two different kinds of yellow, a darker one and a lighter one. I've got green. Do I want a lighter green as well? No, I don't need any more other greens. I've got a little bit of blue, and I've got two different types of orange. I've got a fluorescent orange and just a pumpkin orange. And lastly, I've got a little bit of brune. That's there. Jessie. There you are. Bless you, sweetheart. Okay, so now, what am I going to do now? Now that I have my color selection, the first thing I'm going to do is, for one, I'm going to light up this spliff. I ain't going to lie to you. All right, get myself nice and calm. Not that I'm not always calm anyway, but you know, it is what it is. All right. Calming down, and this is where we're going to start to flow. Now, for all of you that are participating with me tonight, I'm going to come over there astral projecting, okay? As I'm astral projecting, I'm going to touch your heart space. to amplify your sentience and the way that you are flowing today. All right? So, 3, 2, 1, go. Feel your heart. All right? I'm literally there touching you. You're going to feel this nice vibration, this wonderful tingle that is inside your heart space. And as you do feel that, relax. Relax and just get lost in the music. Feel yourself, feel your energy, and just, this is not stressful. This is almost a form of meditation. So please remember that part too. Alrighty. Okay. So the first color that I want out of my stack is green. And I'm going to be putting that in, let's have a look here. My hand wants to place my colors here. I'm not squeezing very hard, so I'm just, by the way, as you see me doing this, I'm just letting it go where it wants to go. And you'll notice it goes in a really straight line. Like literally, the drops, you're going to notice that your hand really does stay nice and steady as to where it needs to go. And please trust yourself. The next one I'm going to pick up is yellow. I'm using the darker yellow. And that's just all I want. You'll notice that I do have a basically mover's carpet underneath here, but I use it for painting because I don't want my floor to get all mashed up. I have pink now. Like I say, I'm just picking random colors, but I trust that whatever I'm picking is what is needed. So the pink is going in over here. All right, and purple, light purple is next, and where's that going? I'm going to be putting that down here. All right, and I want a little bit of a darker purple too. Again, we're just doing what feels right in the moment, right? There is no right or wrong when it comes to intuitive painting. Absolutely no right or wrong. And that's what we just need to do. The pink as well. I'm going to use a little bit more pink over here. There we go. And is there anything else I want? I want more green. More green. There we go. Okay. Now the blue. All right, we're going to put the blue over here as well. And the brown. Okay, where's the brown going to go? Brown's going to go over here in my pan. And now we are going to paint. Okay. So out of the paintbrush selections that I have, I was drawn to the larger brush. So I'm going to take the larger brush. All right, let's flow. Oh well, that was supposed to happen. What I really enjoy about this so much is that when when I used to do artwork, I was so preoccupied with making the colors all separated and nice and so forth. And now what I absolutely adore is the fact that all of the colors are totally blended and they offer such a unique swirl pattern. Like, look at that already. I think that's gorgeous. Right. Every brush stroke, every single brush stroke is meant to be there. The way the colors combine is meant to be there. How are you guys doing so far? Now, even when you're doing this, see, as you can tell, I've not cleaned my brush off once. I've wiped down a little bit of the excess paint on my easel here, but or easel or whatever. But I actually haven't. I'm not scared of the colors blending. If you are having trouble finding the flow, my suggestion, look directly at the tip of your paintbrush as you're painting, or the tip of your pen, so you are not watching where the flow is going, and thus you are just literally letting the flow create itself, right? Where do I want to go? So, also, if you are finding it difficult to know where to start, just simply hover the brush over the pen over the area and let it fall where it needs to fall, which is right here. I like to swirl. Right, now I'm being called to simply put my paintbrush down, and I'm going to get an alternate brush. This one's slightly smaller, and I'm going to get a little bit of brown. So with this, we can see I've got a bit of pink and brown here. Oh, let's put that in there. I've got a bit of pink and brown here. I'm going to dab. I want to dab a little bit of brown and a little bit of pink. And let's see where we're going. How are you guys doing? Are you feeling your flow? Or are you enjoying just simply the visuals tonight? Now, I tend to go fairly fast, because one of the things about staying in your flow is not thinking and simply just going and doing and being in that moment. And so what I tend to do is to stop myself from thinking. I just simply, oh, it wants to go to pink. All right, I dab it in pink and then put it on the paper wherever it needs to be. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, to be honest with you guys, because I already do a lot of interpretation for dreams and imagery and stuff, I'm like, there's a lot of pink in here. Pink is actually the color to show that there is a lust or a desire, and usually when it's pink specifically, it is what can I say, a sexual nature. Which basically means my energy is trying to tell me that I do not get out there enough, and that I gotta go make some love. All right. Oh, this is the beauty of energy painting, right? All right. So remember how I said you're gonna paint over stuff. I painted these swirls and I'm already painting over them. So we'll see why. All right, so let's have a look here. Orton, driving but relaxed, just watching and hearing the music. Beautiful. Oh, Joyce, I'm enjoying watching you and learning. Excellent. You know what? And that's the thing. This kind of stuff calls you at times. It's not necessarily something that you can schedule, although I felt like doing this, so I was able to schedule it for tonight. But really, this is about just you being in your element, you being within yourself and just flowing. Flowing in your knowing and then going. All right, so I've popped again. I've put my oh, Wayne, where the ocean meets the rainforest. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. Yeah. I like that one. Thank you, Wayne. That's beautiful. All right, so now I've been called to put my paintbrushes away, so I'm like, all right, what else am I doing now? I want more blue. But where am I putting the blue? I'm putting it directly on here. In a really big pile. Oh, and we're going to put a little bit of brown in here too. Do I want another one? Yeah, I do. And anything else? More brown. Alright, so I've got a pile there. Let's see what happens. I'm picking up this brush too, which is about the middle size with everybody there. So let's see what we're doing. It's a lot of brown. Brown is a signification that the heart space and the root are not quite in alignment. Right. And there's a lot of swirls coming from this specific side. Alright. Let's take that away. Now what do I want? Orange. Sometimes I just love the way the colors blend. Orange, we want to put a little bit more orange over here. Remember to just follow your own guide. Every single stroke is the correct stroke. Even if it doesn't seem to make very much sense at the time. You won't know the bigger picture until it's all done. All right, tell me, you guys, how's your paintings doing? Are you flowing? Are you going? Are you in your knowing? Because I'm seeing my being. Oh, if for any reason you have the urge to sing and express yourself during this time, this is the time to do it, right? You may hear me sing a little bit tonight. But you guys are doing good. Jesse, you're doing good. Excellent. Let me see if I've missed anything. Perfect. Okay. So far, you guys, this is what we're looking like. But of course, I'm painting it from my perspective. I feel like a little bit more yellow. A bit more green. Let's wing it and put a little bit of purple in there too. Okay. And I want a bigger paintbrush again, so I'll take this one out. There we are. Okay. All right, so I myself, I have run out of room. I have no more white left on my canvas. Now, at this point, because I've run out of room, I could simply say, okay, well, I'm done. But here's the thing, there's something inside of me that says, I'm not done yet. This is just the first parts. So what else do I need? When I come to this part of painting, the thing we've got to remember is that to flow, we need to be in a place of joy, right? Or at least understanding of where that flow is going in the moment. So when I get stuck, I tend to just be like, okay, I'm just going to go with whatever it is that is going to come out next, all right? And the first thing that I want to do is I want to grab a smaller paintbrush. I'm going to grab this one, all right? I'm not even going to add any more paint. I'm just going to let my hand go wherever it needs to go. So let's see what happens. All right. So we have what looks like an iridescent line. Oh, thank you so much, Jesse. I'm glad that you enjoy it. And thanks, Greg. I appreciate it. We'll still see what happens with it. You know it's crazy. It's not crazy. It's not crazy. Thank you so much, you guys. You're lovely. Is right now, and my paint is still wet, of course, but I'm starting to paint these iridescent kind of lines through it, which look a lot better from my perspective, to be honest. But they resemble they resemble to me antlers, which is funny because I have been literally seeing a stag in my visions and my interpretations recently. So I'm like, this is already matching up to stuff that I'm already aware of. All right. All right, so what just came in for myself was do not take the brush off of the canvas. So I'm like, all right, well, let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, if you start getting thoughts come straight to you, by the way, like I just had, just trust it, flow with it, and go with it. I have what looks like an eye over there. That's kind of cool. So what do I want now? I want more purple, but not a lot of it. I'm gonna take this purple too. I like that purple. Something about it screams something nice to me. All right, Clareston, you've completed yours. You say, I am also doing something on paper with you because my heart wants to be happy. You've completed. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Clareston, whenever you're ready, take a picture of it and post it to my timeline and pop down that that was your result of our paint night, and I will look to interpret that a little later. I wonder how many of you are painting swirls like I am. I swear to you, it's not something, it's like I go out and be like, oh, I really like swirls, this is why I paint it. It's like, no, my paintbrush just goes in a lot of swirls, man, I tell you. Oh gosh, my legs. Right, I'm trying my best not to read or interpret these images that I'm seeing. But sometimes you just can't help yourself. What can I say? It's weird though, but I will post. Clareston, it's not about whether it's weird or not, like how visual. I just want to see what your energy's saying, man. Carolina, oh my gosh, circles. You're doing a lot of circles. Yeah, because that's the way energy flows. Have you ever seen water flow into a square? Or flow naturally into a square? No, but it always goes into a whirlpool, doesn't it? Yeah. Clareston, I have limited pens, but it was asking for orange downside. I don't have. Don't worry. Oh, you're right, Joyce. I agree. Everybody, please show me, and I will interpret for you. But do not worry. I plan to actually offer some more private lessons for individuals when it comes to intuitive painting. So if you don't want to show it in public, maybe you want to sign up for one of the lessons. Or when I say sign up, I just mean like let me know that you're interested. All right, what do I want to paint now? I feel like I'm done. Okay, so my heart says I'm done. What I want to do though is, or what I like to do is, I don't like leaving a lot of paint. I've got some brown paint left and a little bit of purple. So what I'm going to do is seal it. Now, when we are doing sealings in interpretive painting, what I do is I just take whatever is left over of the paint that I have, and I'm just going to go around the perimeter with that. Bear in mind, if you seal anything within a specific color, it does control or contort the energy as well. So, for example, if I were to seal the outside of this in red, it would mean that whatever is within my energy, within my root chakra point, is going to be sealed within this painting. Same thing with yellow, that would be your solar plexus. If I was to do all purple, it would be a sealing within the third eye. And if it is within black, right? If it's black, that's the sealing of fear. right? So if you have recently donated or gotten one of my paintings that I was auctioning, and you have black rims, you'll know that it is because fear has been sealed in there. And there's going to be something sucking some fear out and putting it in the painting. All right, Jesse, you want to sign up? Awesome sauce for our painting lessons. That would be great. I will let you know as soon as they're actually ready. Okay, so I'm just going to take whatever paint that I can and gently, and just with a steady hand, just making sure the outside is nice there. Now, the ceilings are wonderful, especially when you start trapping entities, because at first we do intuition, you know, and where your energy is trying to tell you something. But when you get really good at this, you can start manipulating your magic through this. And literally how I do it is I will draw wards, or I will paint wards and solidify the magic within those wards. Now, I've got a couple more paintings which are the elements that I'm going to be putting up for auction very soon. And what you'll notice is that within those paintings there is my eye, right? Well, technically it's my left eye, but as if I was looking at you, in front of you, so it doesn't look like this side, it looks like it's on this side. But anyway, my eye is within those paintings. Now, as my eye is within that, there's a ward or a spell in there that basically says that anything my eye sees gains my focus. Now, what does my focus do? My focus is of pure light. So as I am seeing, it is banishing, like basically entities and negative energy and fear cannot stand within my light. So, as you have my painting up there, and if you can spot my eye in the painting, if you're putting it in your bedroom, it means that my eye is always going to be watching over you, right? I'm pumping you through with positive energy and getting totally rid of all that negative fear and all that bull twaddle that's going on, right? So that's mainly the goal that we have there. All right. So, what colors were you guys drawn to in today's creative expression, right? Oh, thank you, Jesse. You know what it is? It is the more connected to your heart you are, the more you can see into my soul when you look into my eyes. And the universe is inside there, right? And the thing is, when you see the universe, what do you want to do but look at it? I love energy. It is all that we are, it is all that we be, and it is me, and I'm free, and it's amazing. So, man, it's also you. And I just want to see you guys free and expressing yourselves. And as you can see, some of this is now brown and purple. And to be honest with you, sometimes it doesn't even look that neat and tidy, but I'm like, I don't care, because that's what I'm called to do right now. All right? So what else do we got here? I got a little bit of extra paint from the side here, so I'm just going to throw that on here over here. It'll look a little gray, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh man, so these are the kind of lessons that really help the clairvoyance. When you can simply just express yourself through your artwork and then you interpret it, oh man, it increases your clairvoyancy. You're literally able to then see and behold a lot more things that you may not have had access to before because you may have been closed off to it, right? So, here we are. There we go. Nice and sealed. Within all the colors of the rainbow. Oh, I have to admit the brown side does look like, oh, okay, maybe we'll just add a little bit of extra over here. Because the brown was just supposed to be the underside. Not that I don't have a problem with brown, like, don't get me wrong, like, brown's the color of the earth and the soil and it's beautiful, but on a painting right next to purple, And pink, it's like, let's just put that there. Oh, I love this song. Oh, I still have a side over here. When I was a kid, I was so interested in music. I played the flute and the tenor saxophone, and I would dabble with the piano. And this was one of my favorite songs. And even when I sit down on a piano now, this is the first song that I look to play. I don't know if you guys can even hear it. I'm just sitting here just like jimmer-jammering away. Okay. So, this is what we got. Carolina, purples, blues, whites, and black. Purple, intuition, right? Blues, expression. White of the crown. Black, fear. So, I'm kind of wondering here, Carolina, sweetheart, if you are gaining a lot of beautiful knowledge. You're not expressing it enough, though, right? Because and it's coming from your crown, but fear is infiltrating you. So I'm very, very interested to see more of what it is exactly you have painted. I hope you post it. All right. So, I am now, I believe, completed. There is nothing more that I have or wish to paint within this. So what I'm going to do is, because it's still wet though, my knees, my knees, and my hips. Alrighty. So with this, I'm just going to have a look here. Let's bring you up over here and see what we got here. So turn that around. This is what we're left with. Now there is, I'll just take the flash off there so you can see. I've got a lot of really thick paint here, right? Lots of really thick paint here. But what I really like about that is it gives the painting a lot of depth and character. So, oh, Carolina, embarrassing. Oh, pish posh. This is not about it, honestly. Look at this. This is just a huge cluster bugger of colors, of these colors that I had over here. But at the end of the day, this is what my energy is trying to tell me, right? So it may take me a minute to interpret it, but let me show you, or let me at least discuss with you what it is that I see. Orange. Orange is in the top, from my perspective, in the top left-hand side, right? And also a little bit in the center. The top left-hand side indicates a little bit of, or that the energy is within dread. Now, the orange is that of creation. So I'm kind of like sugar plums. I have been in a place where I have been not enjoying my now moment. And within my creation. Now, there's a lot of pink going on here, which again means that I unfortunately am not expressing myself enough within my romantic areas that I am a grown lady and I am single, and clearly I'm not getting out there enough. So that's another thing my energy is trying to tell me over here. The blue over here is expression. Now we can see that I had a huge curl of energy over here, which has the blue in it. So I'm not, and then enveloped in pink. The center part is orange. Like, okay, there's the sacral energy that is right there, but it's enveloped in pink and blue. So within this kind of desire that's there that I'm not expressing, and it's just swirling and going around, and my heart is over here, right? And the energy is just trying to come in there, but it's there's a bit of pooling because of all of these little swirls. And then over here we have tentacles, which are like connections. So meaning that from my intuition, the purple, I've got, and it's it's above the lust, it's above the pink and the expression, but it's iridescent, meaning it's translucent, right? So it's basically feeding off of all of these colors, but through my intuition. Oh man. Brown is a muddying of the root and the heart chakra points, right? So, and it's at below to the left is where everything is coming. Now, the left-hand side, because my energy is coming from the left and flowing outwards, it basically means that I'm self-blocking. Oh, man. So I'm blocking myself. I'm blocking the expression of my heart and my root, so the base things that I want within this world, which is, of course, there you go. Anyway, I think you get what I mean. But anyway, so it is coming from me blocking myself. I'm blocking the expressions of my heart and of my root through various amounts of different connections, which are flowing downwards primarily, right? So again, it stems from the center of the left and then goes down. So really it's hinting at that these connections have to do with my lack of expression, but also coming over here where we had only a couple of swirls, but that is red and yellow. So my heart energy and my willpower is swirling over here, which is a little bit in the fear section, because this side is self-blocking and that side is fear. So basically my energy, oh man, long story short, I need to go out and express myself more verbally and physically because it's my heart's will that I want to go out and enjoy and experience this. And literally I just got to stop blocking myself. So, a little bit about where my energy's at. Carolina, you're like embarrassing for yours. I'm just like, well, you guys all now know that, yeah. Anyway, I'm sure I will make it happen in whatever way that I can eventually, or really this is calling for me to simply just do it now, and stop holding myself back, because my sacral energy is now is there, and I don't want my heart's energy to pool, and I definitely don't want to stop my intuition from going through, and I do want to follow my heart's desires and my will. It has just been that this is one of those areas for me that is one of the biggest things for me to overcome, right? And I know it's not like I don't get offers, but it's just one of those things that I still have to work through and overcome through experience and through understanding of my energy. And some intuitive painting has helped me understand my energy for tonight. So it is 6:03. I am done with this. I'm going to wait for it to dry, and then I'm actually going to lacquer it over, because I use some acrylic spray just to seal it in there and make sure that it's protected and it won't yellow and so forth. The energy that is held within this painting is that of conformity and love, and I think it comes from those little tentacles I know are from the entities that want to tell me things like you shouldn't go out there or to be judged basically for going out there and making love, right, without having a stable partner. That's there because that's how I've always done it, is to have one stable partner. But apparently, like, I know my energy. I'm not about that. So, and I need my freedom to move and to heal and to do what I need to do. So, oh man, conformity and love. That is what this piece is called. Don't get me wrong, it will be up for auction if you want it as well. However, what is good about it though is that now that I've painted this, I've sealed that conformity in my love within this painting. So it has revealed something else, and I know I'm going to be able to go forward. Right? So that's going to be nice. Alrighty. Any questions or queries that we have for me tonight? I'm going to put you back here. And I'm going to put this up here. And I'm going to sit down. And we're just going to wait for that to dry. And call it a night. So, oh, you've posted, Clariston. That's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, Master Artana. What a lovely compliment. And although it looks like a little bit of a mush-up on there, it did give me a lot of information. So thank you ever so much. I appreciate the compliments. Any other questions or queries? Because otherwise, I'm going to smoke this spliff, go get me some food, and hopefully I get to look at all of the art that you guys have done for tonight, and let me interpret it for you. You wouldn't believe so many pretty colors mean such things, right? Oh, man. I look forward to the time when I'm painting some more pretty things that don't have a lot of blockage in them. But it is the full moon. I'm aware of it now, so I'm going to get over it. Alrighty. So if I've got no other questions, thank you so very much. Go out there, paint your heart out, meditate, relax, and just enjoy the flow. And remember, if you ever did want a little bit of a booster in terms of finding your flow, just literally out loud as you start, just be like, yo, Kulipup, can you help me out with my flow? And I will be there to touch your heart one more time, increase your energy flow to the capacity that you're able to manage. And then, yeah, then paint away, draw away, and let's interpret away. Alrighty. Love you guys. Bye, honey bunnies.